Hello everybody, my name is Just the Trucker and I am back from the mountains. Thanks to Oliver the hover van for finding me. I was lost in there for quite a while and I think I'm slightly losing my mind. Anyway, let's get into the season roundup video for season 3. An incredibly shaken up championship indeed, with new additions and very interesting place changes on the board, with some of the veterans being farther down the board than some of the newcomers, which is interesting enough. We're going to take a look at the Constructors' Championship results, the Drivers' Championship results, and the Aesthetics Championship results, as well as some other things. Let's get into this. For round 1, the best aesthetics winner was the NMR Bullet LA8 Porcupine, built by Exige B58, and the round winner was the BT Motors Angolarini Zyphos GTA, piloted by Eddie BT. An incredible job for this one, because not many people in this contest had built a 50s to 60s GT car in the past, so it was definitely very experimental. Round 2 was a round we all were fully expecting, because we all have wanted to do an SUV round at some point, but it didn't exactly turn out the way we wanted. So, to review, the best aesthetics for the 10s Sport SUVs round 2 of Season 3, the best aesthetics was the Sakari Teiko SR, again built by Exige B58. The round winner was the Thistle Highlands V12 Turbo. Haven't really seen a V12 SUV before. Anyway, this round was coming for a long while, we just didn't have the time to fit it in. So seeing an SUV round was definitely welcoming. Round 3's Italian Job Alternatives was definitely a slap in the face for most competitors, because once again it definitely came as something that nobody has ever really built, a small hatchback that needed to be piloted with care and precision. So the best aesthetics is the Thistle Wee Man, and built by our very own Nev Cohen, and the round winner is the Thistle Wee Man, built by none other than Nev Cohen. Kind of expected that. Very much so expected that. Anyway, moving on. To sum up Season 3, it was a series of contests that you wouldn't really expect an automation constructor to build, such as 50s and 60s GT cars. None of these cars are very popular to build except for 10s SUVs, because there's a lot of those bodies and there's a lot of really popular fixtures that can go well with them. Now, round 4 was another great example of that. In fact, this entire season was a great example of unexpected vehicles that you don't really build, and you have to make the best of them. Round 4, the best aesthetics was the Team Artemis Scepter Medical Van, an ambulance-based build which looks really good and is overall a really well done job. The round winner was the BT Motors something Chinese characters CHC 2315. A very long van based on the China Post vans that drive around mainland China. Anyway, great job to you guys. Now, round 5 was a very comprehensive and planned out round indeed, because there was a lot going for it that needed to be said. There was a lot of planning, a lot of calculations, a lot of math used to make this vehicular based lap time round as best as possible. So what was it? Used sport wagons was what it was. There were calculations, multipliers, etc. But to simply phrase it, the best aesthetics goes to the NMR Aspen 530 Turbo all-wheel drive, constructed by Exige B58, tied with the BT Motors BTR Pantera, constructed by Eddie BT. And the round winner was, once again, the BT Motors BTR Pantera. It's too late for me now to make a replacement recording. I don't care. Anyway, moving on. To sum up this championship, we have various awards that are very important to the championship. It shows just how far the dedicated constructors have come in their builds and what good they have done for them. Now, the Constructor's Fastest Lap Time Award goes to Thistle, piloted or helmed by our very own Nev Cohen, who made some very good looking cars and who piloted them as best as he possibly could. And he's a great driver, mind you. A very great driver. Now, the Automation Market Expert Award is an award that goes to the person who is able to finesse the automation market so well that they're able to get extremely high scores, or rather automation market scores, and be able to win the market category easily. Now, this season's Automation Market Expert Award goes to none other than Thistle, helmed once again by Nev Cohen, with his great builds, and which they also satisfy the needs of the automation markets as well. Great job. The Automation Scores Expert Award goes to the person who is able to do the best possible by combining the automation scores together to get the best possible score. Now, the scores are being the main categories that the markets go off of, such as comfort, drivability, sportiness, etc. And the winner of the Automation Scores Expert Award goes to Waffle Motors for his great tuning and abilities. He's one building these cars to get the maximum amount of numbers possible out of these cars. Great job, Waffle. Now the one you all have been waiting for, the Best Aesthetics Award. This is a community effort in which people band together to vote on the best aesthetics for each round, whether it be the SUVs or etc. And the one who gets the Best Aesthetics Award for each round is the one who gets a little bit of a points boost to help them in all of the rounds. The Best Aesthetics Award winner for this season is none other than NMR, helmed by Exige B58, the Automation Aesthetics Master, how I think of it. Anyway, great job, Exige. Now we come to the important part, the Constructors Podium. This is a very important spot where we show off the best constructors of the round and their vehicles, how they did, and what they did to get up on the Constructors Podium. These people are truly masters of their craft and are able to pull together some amazing vehicles to get on the podium, mastering automation scores, markets, and aesthetics to combine to create a truly amazing car for each round. Now in third place, with the Constructors Podium, with a total of 660 points, is the newcomer of the competition, BT Motors. Incredibly well done job overall, with 5 great well submitted cars, or rather 4 great well submitted cars. I don't know if he competed in the SUV round or not, I don't remember, I'm too tired. Anyway, great job overall. You did really good combining automation scores, markets, and aesthetics for each round. Along with lap times, those were really good too. Great job, Eddie. Second place for the Constructors Championship Podium, with 683 points, goes to Waffle Motors. I couldn't expect anything less from this great constructor who built some incredible cars, including a van, a Helvetia postal van or whatever. And overall, he mastered automation scores, automation markets to build some great vehicles for the Automation Beam Championship overall. And the lap times were great too. Great job, Waffle. And now, the big one, with an incredible 729 points earned for this stake in the Automation Beam Championship. In first place for the Constructors Podium is none other than our very own Nev Cohen and his company, Thistle. Beautifully well done cars, amazing lap times, and an overall great job done. And he's just unbeatable. Nev is totally OP for this competition. Great job, Nev, and see you around the track soon. On this slide, we see the metrics measured, showing the lap times, the markets, the scores, and the overall aesthetics for each constructor, and the total points they got added up from each round. Great job, everybody. Some incredibly competitive people and cars overall, and I hope to see you all again soon. Here we see the overall leaderboard of the Automation Beam Championship, showing how many places people jumped in the last round, round 5, whether it's up 1 or down 6, and what happens when you get good cars or whatever. I don't know, I'm tired. Anyway, great job to everybody. everybody did great. Now, on display are the fastest cars from each round. For round 1, it was the Thistle Gaius GTR, an incredible looking Scottish roadster. Or sports car, I don't know. Front engine sports car for very cheap, and it looks really good too. Here's round 2's fastest car, the Thistle Highlands V12 Turbo, a V12 powered SUV. Now, I've never really seen a V12 powered SUV in real life. Gonna have to be something I look for in the future. Anyway, this incredible looking SUV piloted its way through Dead Man's Loop in Utah with an incredible time in beating out everybody who came even close to it. Great job again, Nev. This wee little car right here is the fastest car from round 3, the Thistle Weeman, which was a tight, complex course along the beaches and tiny little streets of Italy. Don't get me started. Anyway, this incredible car piloted its way to a close to sub 1 minute time on this very fast, very complex course. Great job again, Nev. Here we see the round 4 fastest vehicle around the course. None other than the adorable Oliver hover van, put into play by New Horizon with a very, very nice livery. The Razarza fax machines, whatever it is. The Oliver hover van Mark 1.3100 did a great job overall with the lap time with Razarza at the wheel. Great job to you, New Horizon. And here we see the round I wasn't here for, where I was lost in the mountains or whatever, losing my mind. Anyway, here we see the round 5 fastest vehicle around the course. The Ferdinand PV Carla Mark III 500 SS Wagon, which is a mouthful of a name, but not as much as my own, according to our very own Oliver the Hovervan, who campaigned the Oliver Hovervan, who blah 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 blah. Anyway, this one took an incredible time of around 2 minutes. I didn't watch. Anyway, great job to you, Ferdinand PV. The driver's podium is another very important section of the Automation Beam Championship. It shows how fast drivers are and how much they have honed their skills over the past 5 weeks to accommodate for their abilities. Overall, we have some very, very fast drivers here. Let's take a look. In third place, we have the Colored Cow, a very, very fast driver who campaigned Ferdinand PV as his own constructor. Unfortunately, he didn't compete in the first round of the championship, but he made up for it by severely pushing the limits of driving fast. In fact, his own Carla MK Mark III wagon got first place in the lap time category for round 5. Great job, Colored Cow. Incredible skills. In second place, we have the very, very quick Razarza from the great nation of Australia, the penal colony of the British motherland. Anyway, he took Oliver the Hovervan's incredible machines and piloted them very quickly to pull some incredible times for the rounds. We saw him take first place with the Oliver Hovervan, and we saw him take close to top 5 positions throughout the rest of the rounds. In fact, I think he was in the top 5 for most of the rounds, if not all of them. Anyway, great job to you, Razarza, and see you next season. I'm not surprised by our first place driver, mainly because he's been in the championship final slides more than once, and secondly, because he is very good at what he does. First place goes to none other than Thistle, piloted by our very own Nev Cohen. Some incredible driving skills were put on display throughout this entire 5-week season, and I cannot wait to see what we do next. Great job, Nev. With this chart here, we can see some incredible metrics of the drivers put on display for the Automation Beam Championship. In first place is, of course, Nev with Thistle. Second place, of course, was Zarza with New Horizon, and in third place is Color Cow with Ferdinand PV. To round out the top 10, we have in fourth place Gamer Me with my own Velocita Motorsport with some incredible skills shown. In fifth place, we have Smont Smithy of Smont's Racing. Once again, some incredible skills that were shown and acrobated throughout the entire season. And tying for sixth place is Sir Waffle and A Supporting T of Waffle Motors and Vulcan, respectively, with A Supporting T climbing an incredible 5 places thanks to the last round. In 8th place is Exige B58, dropping 1 place. In 9th place, dropping 3 places, is IC Wiener with GT Auto. In 10th place is Buffalo with Lion Racing with 114 points, rounding out the top 10. Our high jumper for this season is Glenn with Lion Racing at 8 points. One of them, at least. Quanto with Mets Motors tied Beep Beep with Typin. Beep Beep jumped 6 places. Quanto jumped 12 to get an 18th place tie. And our lowest drop for this season is a tie between Segar K with Enigma and Don with Rich Mill Racing, each dropping 4 places, and then Frederick Lenius with Lenius Corsa, who didn't compete in the last 2 rounds, dropped 5 places. Great job to you guys overall, and I cannot wait to see you guys again. And well, that's it for the Automation Beam Championship Roundup video. My name is Josh the Trucker. It was great having you guys as competitors and as friends on and off the track. And I'm going to be taking a sabbatical for a while from constructing for this championship. I've got a lot on my plate, and I might even take a sabbatical from voiceovers for a while. Can't wait to see you guys again. I'm still going to be moderating. I'm still going to be helping you guys, but I might not appear in voice or on track. Good to see ya, and I'll see you guys in round 5, hopefully. I've got something big planned.